Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of NEWS2. I'm Sandra Gramansing. VI Delegate to Congress Donna Christensen says she plans to donate campaign funds that were not legal to charity. The announcement came from a statement released last Friday from Christensen's campaign. NEWS2's Erica Parsons has more on this story.
Congresswoman Donna Christensen is donating all the money her campaign received that could be illegal to charity. The delegate's campaign released a statement Friday saying there was no way she could know campaign contributions received from an event organized by political donor Jeffrey Thompson were illegal. Thompson is the subject of a federal probe surrounding illegal campaign contributions. Christensen's announcement comes on the heels of the news last week that two more associates of the political donor pled guilty to charges related to the widespread federal investigation. According to news reports, Thompson employee Lee Calhoun admitted to making $160,000 in illegal contributions. Thompson associate Stanley Strotter also admitted to making illegal donations of more than $130,000. The Daily News reported that court records show both Calhoun and Strotter gave to Christensen's campaign. Christensen says for the 16 years she's been in Congress, Thompson has only organized 2 fundraisers on her behalf. The most recent one was in 2011, and it was a real event held at a D.C. restaurant. Christensen says most, if not all, of the people who contributed attended the function. She said she had no reason to believe anything was wrong with the checks the campaign received. They were all reported to the Federal Elections Commission as required by law. Christensen said she'll be donating all the monies under scrutiny to charity, and she plans to begin with a donation of $2,300 to an organization they'll be naming shortly. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Delegate Christensen said in the statement that her campaign has never had excessive funding. They usually raise just what they need for each election cycle. She said most of that is spent on VI vendors, National Democratic Party dues, payroll for 2 part-time staffers, and donations to community organizations. The efforts to drain a leaking propane truck in downtown Christiansted continued Wednesday. Late Wednesday afternoon, fire officials said the truck was about 3% full of the highly flammable propane, and the fire department would continue to monitor the process until the fuel is completely drained. Officials made the decision to drain the truck after 2 attempts to transfer the fuel failed. Police have been keeping a half-mile barrier around the truck. The truck began leaking propane early Monday morning while making a delivery. Fire officials weren't called in until Monday evening. 2 hotels and nearby businesses were evacuated. The St. Croix Country Day and Good Hope schools are merging this fall. In a press statement Tuesday, officials from both schools' boards said that the merger will create a more financially stable organization. The combined school will be called Good Hope Country Day School when it opens for the 2013-2014 school year. It will be located at the Country Day School's campus. Both schools' boards had been talking for the last several months to explore the possibility of a merger, and officials say they're still working out many of the details. They said combining the 2 schools will also provide them with more access to a wider range of funding sources. Country Day School headmaster Bill Sinfield will remain as the school's head. Officials say they will honor the contractors of all of Country Day's faculty and staff. They said every effort will be made to fill any of the school's vacancies with qualified employees from Good Hope. Tomorrow is National HIV Testing Day, and several organizations throughout the territory will be offering free testing. NEWS2's Shaniqua Robinson has more.
Established on June 27, 1995, National HIV Testing Day is an annual campaign geared towards encouraging people of all ages to take the test and take control.
There are many days that we recognize and we identify with regards to HIV/AIDS, but tomorrow specifically is a day where we encourage individuals to get tested and to know their status.
CDC indicates that nearly 1.1 million people are living with HIV, and almost 1 in 5 don't know they are infected.
Getting people into care early is key, but to do that, they have to get tested. They have to know their status.
The Department of Health, VI Care, Scotiabank, and the Frederiksted Health Center are a few organizations throughout the territory that will be conducting free HIV testing tomorrow and throughout the week.
Well, we're open all day from 9 to 4. And the reason we do 4 o'clock is that if anyone is positive, we do a second test and we send it off island. So that gives us a chance to package it and get it to FedEx and get it out of here before 5 o'clock.
There are several different methods in conducting the HIV test. At VI Care, they conduct what is known as a swab test.
There is no name. It is a number. He will then take you into the lab and he will do a swab in your mouth, and 15 minutes later you will have your results.
And at the Christiansted Health Center,
we're going to be offering, which we always offer, the rapid HIV test. The test that we offer on site is done by Insti, which that test, you get your results within 1 minute.
free HIV testing will be offered at the following locations on June 27th from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Players Club St. Croix, from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Christiansted Health Care Center, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the VI Care Center, and on June 28th at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Scotiabank branches at Haven Site in St. Thomas and at Sunny Ells in St. Croix. Shaniqua Robinson, News 2.
For additional information on HIV testing, contact the STD HIV TB Clinic in St. Thomas at 774-0127 and St. Croix at 773-1311. The Supreme Court handed down two historic decisions on same-sex marriage today. One gives same-sex couples federal benefits. The other paves the way for same-sex marriages in California. We get more from Danielle Nottingham at the Supreme Court.
Supporters of same-sex marriage cheered after hearing today's Supreme Court ruling, striking down the 1996 Defense of Marriage Act. They also applauded a ruling that clears the way for same-sex marriages to resume in California. The justices voted 5-4 that a key part of the federal law known as DOMA, which denied benefits to same-sex couples, is unconstitutional. 83-year-old Edie Windsor went to the Supreme Court in March to challenge DOMA after she was forced to pay taxes on the estate of her partner of more than 40 years. She celebrated the ruling today.
I cried, but I'm thrilled, obviously.
On his way to Africa, President Obama said the Supreme Court has righted a wrong and our country is better off for it. House Speaker John Boehner said he's disappointed with the ruling and that he hopes states will define marriage as a union between a man and a woman. Supporters of same-sex marriage were here at the Supreme Court as early as last night, waiting for today's historic rulings.
We thank the justices for letting us get married in California, but that's not enough. It's got to go nationwide, and we can't wait for that day.
We're disappointed about the Supreme Court's decision on standing, but we are happy that Proposition 8 does remain the law of the state of California.
In the California case, the justices ruled that supporters of Proposition 8 did not have the right to appeal lower court rulings which had struck down the ban on same-sex marriages. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
And keeping our eye on the economy, not even Sesame Street is immune to a weak economy. The program's parent company, Sesame Workshop, handed out pink slips to 30 employees, or about 10% of its workforce. The layoffs do not affect any of the performers known to viewers. In the most recent fiscal year, the nonprofit saw its operating loss more than double to $24 million. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all up. The Dow 149, Nasdaq 28, S&P 15. Coming up on News 2, celebrate, remember, fight back. Step by step, participants of the Relay for Life hope to send a message why you should support and raise funds to fight cancer. Relay for Life teams will take to the track in support of raising funds for the American Cancer Society in their effort to create a world with less cancer and more birthdays. It's not too late to sign up, to lace up and hit the tracks to show your support. It could be a mother, a daughter, a father, or a friend. Cancer affects everyone, but it doesn't have to mean a death sentence.
The purpose of Relay for Life is to have the entire community come out together and join with the American Cancer Society to raise funds for a good cause. You know, the theme is always, less cancer, more birthdays, because we want to make sure that, the community realizes that cancer, it does not discriminate. We may have a loved one, a family member, a friend, a co-worker, someone we know in the community.
Many participants will be hitting the Charlotte Amalie High School racetrack to prove that during the annual Relay for Life.
This year's Relay for Life is extra special because it's the 100th anniversary nationally. So, it's a lot of excitement. Every year we do things bigger and better. We have luminary cards, because at the night of the event, we're going to have our luminary bags for our luminary celebration. And this is a moment where the lights go down and the candles are lit. And we pay tribute to, again, those persons who we have lost. So we're going to have something special for all ages. You can bring the entire family out. And of course, on this particular night, we honor our survivors. So there's going to be a survivors dinner.
Teams will run or walk, but there are also other ways you can contribute.
Total goal to raise per team is $1,650. So with 15 persons, each person donates $100. You can raise that money through your donation sheet throughout the community. And every single dollar raised at Relay for Life St. Thomas, it stays right here in our community to help our loved ones, our family and friends right here in St. Thomas. So it's going to be exciting. Saturday, it kicks off at the Charlotte Amalia High School track at 4 p.m. I want to encourage everyone to get there a little bit earlier because we're going to have a parade. We're going to have a parade. It's going to be exciting, a lot of entertainment and music, and not just for the parade or the opening ceremony, throughout the night. It's an overnight celebration.
Now, the Relay for Life is scheduled to take place from 4 p.m. on Saturday, June 29th to 10 a.m. June 30th at the Charlotte Amalia High School track. Summer camp fees can be very costly, but help is here. Department of Human Services officials say they are offering some assistance, but first you have to find out if you are eligible. The Department of Human Services Office of Care and Regulatory Services say there is limited availability of funds to assist residents on St. John. Interested applicants can contact the St. Thomas office at 774-0930, extension 4189 or 4186, or the St. Croix office. That number is 773-2323, extension 2115 or 2138. Stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.